Hello guys and welcome back. So in the previous video we have added all of the animations. Okay, we set up the substrate machine for movement and shooting movement. We added these parameters as well, so make sure that you watch that video. And now, as I told you in the previous one, that we're going to be adding some shooting now to our game. So first of all, before shooting we need to set up the inputs for shooting. Okay, so in the game folder, open up the scripts, then player controls, click on player controls. In the player actions, now we're gonna add some new actions. So the first action will be for the shooting, or you can say for the firing. So let's name this button, or you can say this action as fire. Its action type will be button. In the binding, we're going to select the mouse left button. Okay, so if we search for left button, you will find this left button mouse. Okay, you can set your controller button right here as well. Okay, any button on the controller on which you want to perform shooting. So you can just simply click on that, click on add binding and search for that button. Okay, I didn't play many games on controller, so I don't know much about that. So once you set up your buttons, okay, then after that we're gonna create another action for reloading as well. So let me this time name this as reload. Okay, and for the reload we're gonna set the R button of the keyboard. Okay, so search for R keyboard, set it up. Then also we're gonna create another action which is will be for opening the scope. Okay, so I will name this button as scope. Click on binding, and as you know, in most of the games the scope is open using the right mouse button. Actually, let me search for right button. Okay, here it is, right button mouse. Okay, so now our fire, reload, scope button are set up. Now let's read their values in our script. Click on save. Then open up your input manager script, and right here in the input button flags, let's create a public pool by the name of fire input. Okay, and then let's create another pool for reload input, and then the last one will be for the scope. Okay, so we're gonna name this as scope input. Okay, then let's go ahead and read their values. So for the, let's start from the fire button. It is inside player controls, then player actions. The button name is fired, not fired, but fire. Then perform. Let me copy that, paste it down below, give some space in here, and this I will be greater than equals to fire input. Okay, set to true. Copy this, paste it down below, and this time set it to false. Okay, so when we press the fire button, it will set the fire button flag to true, and when we remove our button from the fire button, then it will be set to false. Okay, now we can do the same for the scope as well, because the scope button will be used in the same manner. So we can just copy this, paste it, change this to scope, copy it again, paste it right there as well. Then change this from fire input to scope input, and this one as well, because when we hold down the right mouse button the scope input will be set to true, and when we don't hold it, it will be false. Okay, and then in between the fire and the scope we need to add the reload, since the reload is in between. Okay, so we're gonna do everything step by step. Okay, So the reload will be similar to our jump button. So we can just copy that jump button from there, paste it right here, and right here we just need to type reload, and then dot performed I equals to, instead of the jump input, now we need to type reload input and set it to true. Simple as that. So once you set up all of these buttons, save the script, get back right here. In the scripts folder, now we're gonna create another folder by the name of shooting controller or shooting manager if you want. Okay, open this up, and in here create a C# script by the same name, shooting controller. Click on your player, and right here let's drag and drop this script. Actually, let's drag and drop it right here. Okay, this is our shooting controller. And also, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the camera manager a child of the player. Okay, and the reason we are doing this, you will get to know why we are doing this when we will be adding multiplayer system to our game. Okay, so just simply drag and drop this player manager inside, I mean camera manager inside player. Okay, just simply just drag and drop it, that's it. Okay, and when you drag and drop it, now you can play the game, and you will notice that now our camera manager will be more smoother. Okay, as you can see, okay, it is working perfectly fine. Okay, we can now jump as well. Okay, and guys, if you want that while jumping, if you want the player controls and the rotation of the player to be enabled, then you can remove the comments from the script. Let me show you. Actually, not the comments, but this if conditions. Okay, but I like the rotation and movement to be disabled when we are landing or falling or jumping. Okay, so now once you do all of this, we have the shooting controller script right here. Now from the next video we will be working on our shooting controller script and add some shooting.